All right, when you think about putting out a fire, you probably picture that heavy, awkward red cylinder, right? Well, it works for sure, but what if there was a way simpler, almost instinctive way to stop a fire dead in its tracks? Today, we're going to look at a pretty cool device that's designed to completely change how we think about fire emergencies. No, really, just think about that for a second. In that moment of pure panic, smoke everywhere, do you honestly remember how to use a traditional fire extinguisher? It's kind of intimidating. But what if all you had to do was grab a ball and just toss it at the fire? I mean, the difference here is just night and day. On the left, you've got the standard four-step drill, the whole PASS thing. Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. It's a whole process, and you have to get pretty close to the danger. And on the right, one step. Just throw it. That really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's all about getting rid of that hesitation when every single second is critical. So how in the world does this magic ball actually work? It sounds almost too simple to be true, but there's some really smart engineering packed inside, all built for speed and, well, getting the job done. Okay, so what is this thing really? Well, it's basically a self-activating ball. The moment it touches a flame, it's designed to pop open and release this cloud of non-toxic powder that smothers the fire. This means it attacks the fire right at its source, and you don't have to get dangerously close. Let's walk through what happens. So the surface of the ball touches a flame. Instantly, a fuse inside gets triggered. Then, in just 3 to 5 seconds, boom, it's a small, controlled pop, and it immediately blasts that chemical powder everywhere, snuffing out the fire. The crucial part here, the really cool part, is that it's all automatic. It does the hard work for you. And check this out. The ball only weighs 1.3 kilograms. That's under 3 pounds. Now, this is a huge deal because it means pretty much anyone can use it. A kid, an elderly person, someone who just doesn't have a lot of upper body strength. You don't have to worry about lifting some heavy pressurized metal tank. Oh, and when this ball goes off, it is not quiet. We're talking a 120 decibel bang. To give you an idea, that's as loud as a rock concert, maybe even a clap of thunder right overhead. And that's not just for effect, it's a built-in alarm system. It screams fire to everyone nearby, even if nobody is in the room to see it. Here's another game changer. It has a 5-year lifespan with zero maintenance. Yep, you heard that right. Unlike those traditional extinguishers that you're supposed to get checked and recharged all the time, this thing is literally set it and forget it. You just put it in a high-risk spot, and it's good to go for half a decade. Okay, so it's simple, it's light, and it lasts forever. But where would you actually use one of these? Well, the list of applications is surprisingly long, covering everything from your house to an industrial warehouse. And its versatility is just incredible. It's perfect for places with electrical risks, like server rooms, or obvious hotspots like kitchens and garages. People put them in the engine bays of their cars and trucks, in chemical storage areas, on boats. I mean, you name it. Basically, any place where a fire could pop up when you're not looking is a great spot for one of these. And that brings up its other superpower. You don't even have to be there to use it. You can just mount it in a little bracket right above a potential fire source, like your electrical panel or maybe near the stove. Then it just sits there, acting like a 24/7 security guard. If a fire starts, the heat itself is designed to set the ball off automatically. All right, let's pull all of this together for a second. We've seen how it works and where you can use it. So let's just recap the biggest advantages, the things that really make this a potential game changer in fire safety. So the bottom line is pretty clear. First, it's just so easy to use. A child could do it. Second, because it's so intuitive, you don't need any special training. Third, the stuff inside, that monoammonium phosphate powder, is non-toxic, so it's safe around people and pets. And finally, you've got that amazing dual functionality. You can actively throw it, or you can let it work passively on its own. So what does this all really add up to? Well, it's way more than just a neat gadget. It feels like it could be a whole new way of thinking about how we respond to a fire the moment it starts. And this is really the big idea right here. When a fire breaks out, your two worst enemies are panic and hesitation. By making a tool that's so simple, so unintimidating, and can even work all by itself, this fireball extinguisher attacks those problems head on. It gives people the power to act, and act fast in those first few critical moments. Which kind of leaves us with one final big question. With its focus on simplicity, on being accessible to everyone, and on automation, could this little ball be the future of how we protect our homes, our businesses, and the people we care about from fire? It definitely gives you something to think about.